Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Real Talk, episode 2. This is a show where the topics are real, the language is not edited, and I have to say that if you can't handle either of those, then you might have to put your pajamas on because I would imagine it's past your bedtime. Now, tonight, I'm just going to speak real quick, real short, for throwing me an episode together being suspended so long. This short little discussion is going to be about depression and paying it forward. Okay, it's just a matter of a few minutes here. Now, let's talk about depression real quick. Uh, this is a real issue that goes on with a lot of people, every day in everyday life. All right, the struggle is real, guys. Um, the thing is, you might have a friend out there that you tend to see might be dealing with depression. Do them a favor and try to be there for them, whether or not it's just an ear for them to bend to sit there and vent to you and listen. Things like this right here could possibly save a life. You know, if you got friends and they're dealing with some kind of depression and you're not there to listen to this right here, you just kind of blow them off like, well, they're just blowing off steam, or uh, they complain all the time. Then what do? You might be part of the issue to where all they want to do is, have somebody to be able to sit and listen to them. I've had people tell me before, I'm dealing with some depression myself. And I have people tell me, maybe you need to go seek some help. Well, I'll tell you what, when you got friends, what else are friends good for? They're good for a lot of things, but if you can't be there to listen, to try to help a good friend of yours through a situation that they're going through, then what the hell, guys? Ain't no need in trying to be their friend. A lot of times somebody who's going through depression would rather discuss about their issues with somebody they know instead of a stranger that's out there. Me, myself, I'm not going to go and have to tell my problems about what's going on in my everyday life to a stranger that's going to charge me $150, $200 an hour. Piss on that shit. Be there, be real, and be a good friend. Now, normally I'm the one that sits and, regardless of somebody that I know or don't know, normally I'm the one that will sit there and listen and let them go ahead and vent and tell me what their problems are. I might give them advice. I'm maybe not necessarily tell them what they should do, as far as their depression, but I might let them know what I might do if I was in that situation. And you don't even have to do that shit. All you have to do is just try to sit there and be there for them. You know, a lot of things. There's a lot of suicide that goes on because of people that bout for depression. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, all it takes is for people to be there, sit and listen to them and talk to them and tell them how much that they care. You know, if people can't be out there and do that shit, then the hell with you. There's no need in you fucking trying to be a friend if you're not really a friend, then you're just an associate. So that's just a quick touch up on depression and everything. Be there may save a life. Yeah. Next topic that we're gonna have to deal with right here. Pay it forward. All right. Some people have never heard of this here, and what it is there's this guy, his name is Charlie Johnson, and one day he figured he would try to found this thing that's called Pay It Forward, which pretty much what his intentions are and were is to try to spread kindness throughout the world. All right. Let me give you an example of what Pay It Forward is. A week ago today, or a week ago yesterday, I give a friend a ride to work, all right? And she got hold of me after she got off work. I think it was on a Sunday of last weekend. Uh, so I go ahead and go up to pick her up, give her a ride home. And by the time I get there, I was a little late, but by the time I get there, she comes pulling in riding with another friend of hers from work that was going to take her home instead of me, being I wasn't there. All right, they come pulling in her truck, and she was having some problems with it, or the power steering went out. All right, I go ahead and check out, pop the hood and check out the power steering and see what's going on with it. Come to find out, she's had an alternator belt that has been shredded off of there and went off, but her power steering belt come off. I tried to get her back on there, I did, but it come back off again. All right, normally that fall up underneath part of the side jobs that I do, mechanicing along with all my handyman work. Well, I told her that if she'd like to meet me over to O'Reilly's, then I could borrow some tools because I was on my bike and didn't have them, and I'd get that fixed for her while I was there in the parking lot. So we meet up over there. I go ahead and figure it out, get the belts. Well, she gets the belts, and I go ahead and get these belts and all put on there for her. And I tell her, once I get done, she says, okay, how much do I owe you? And I told her, I said, this is your lucky day. Pay it forward. All right, so I go inside the store and go ahead and take the borrowed tools back inside there. And whenever I come out, the friend of mine had done told her, pay what you can. Well, she comes up to me and she tries to give me $60. And let me stop right there real quick, because a lot of my friends already know right now that I am in a situation, a tight situation that I put myself in for the last year and a half, where finance-wise, I am in quite a deep hole right now that I'm trying to dig myself out of. So, boy, could I really use the money. But here's what I done. She tried to give me the $60, and I told her, no, pay it forward. This is how it works. Okay? You find somebody that's in need, you try to help them out, or some people may be in line at fast food or something like that right there, and they want to do a pay it forward thing. So what they do is, say, hey, I want to go ahead and pay for the people behind me. I'm paying it forward, and whenever they happen to get up in there, then they're probably tickled to death whenever they get up to the window and somebody's done paid for the stuff and they have no idea or know who they are. So as much as I needed that $60 that she was wanting to pay me to go ahead and fix her truck, I didn't take it. I'm paying it for her, and I tell her, the next person, if you can help somebody out down the road, do the same thing for them. It's things like this right here that really gets to people, and these acts of kindness, if they can continue to get spread out, then maybe we can make this world a better place to live. Because there's too much bullshit, there's too many assholes around, and we don't need no more of these damn assholes and shit. I'm an asshole, I can tell you that right now. I'm a dick, but that's only if you damn put me in a position to be, because I'm straightforward to the point, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit for you. This is how it is. I'll take the damn shirt off my back to help somebody if I have to, or not even if I have to. If I feel the need to, and it makes me feel good inside my heart. But if you cross my path too many times, and finally I'm gonna say, you know what? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my life, because I'm tired of hearing this shit. I'm not gonna be used from here on out. But if you can get a chance to help somebody out, regardless of them asking or anything, do that favor and go ahead and do that for them. And really, if you do it, it makes the kindness, you feel it inside. Some people don't have a conscience, so, they're not worried about it. But I do. And I don't do it for the gratitude or for the thanks or anything. But if it makes me feel good inside and I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. And let's hope this can pass along and continue to go with other people. Now, to this Charlie Johnson that founded this, pay it forward, I'd like to see him, meet him sometime. I'd like to shake his hand, because, that's a real good insight for somebody to really get started. And it has spread around the world, maybe not as fast as a lot of people would like for it to do, but it does. Like I said, do what you can, help somebody out. You know, maybe you get the sense of feeling, and maybe there's some time down the road that you might could use the help, you know, and don't want to ask for it, or you want to go ahead and pay, but you really can't afford it or something. And uh, I'm sure you would have the appreciation of something like this if you was a recipient of this, you know, and it happened to you. So I don't think I have been a recipient. I never received a pay it forward, but that's okay. You know, that's not what I do it for. You know, it's not expecting to get it in tenfold, but if you do it, just help out. And back to the depression, if you can be a friend to somebody and sit and listen to them, you don't even have to try to help them assist on what they should do to try to get out of the depression. But sometimes just that ear, just somebody to sit and listen to what they have to say can really take some pressure off of them, give them an ease of mind and a little bit of sense of happiness. So, with that being said, I said this was going to be short and sweet, but I just kind of threw it together because these things were on my mind and they have been, and they've been weighing pretty heavy today, especially the depression thing because I'm dealing with it so much. Uh, be there, guys. And I tell you what, if anybody doesn't like my language and stuff on this show, Real Talk, you don't have to watch it, or I do have a complaint department that you can call, and it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you can look right here, I don't know if you can see it, you can probably zoom in right there, and here's the phone number, 1-800-WHAM-WHAM. You just go ahead and call it, Mr. Wham-Wham, and then they'll be sure and glad to take care of your complaint. But for now, I'm going to sign out because I've got things to do, people to see, you know, dogs to feed because Speedy's over here want to get fed. But expect, it won't be much down the road before I get the next episode. It might be tomorrow, it might be next week or next month. But be on the lookout because I'll be there and more often. And if anybody out there that might see this or that's listening to it would like to be a guest on this show and might have some other topics that they want to talk about that people deal with every day, you know, in real life, you know, bullshit and stuff, hey, hit me up. Hit me on Messenger, give me a call, make a post or a comment, and I would be more than glad to set it up to where you can be a guest star on the show and go ahead and spread the words on what you're having to deal with. But until then, everybody have a good night and hopefully a good day at work tomorrow. You don't want to complain and you don't want to deal with it, then piss on you. Peace out, guys.